Welcome back to Pipes Drums series of the castle recordings made by my father, Captain John MacLellan, in Edinburgh Castle in the early 1960s. This group of tunes, the third group of tunes that we've presented in groups of 10, is quite varied, different kinds of tunes, some that are of interest, particular interest to me, and so I'll say a few things as usual about some of the tunes. We've got the Marquis of Argyll's Salute, the Pretty Dirk, which is the shortest tune, I believe, in our whole piobaireachd repertoire, a MacRowan composition, only about 4 minutes long, I believe. Too Long in This Condition is the standard Colberry setting of Too Long in This Condition. Of course, there are several other very good settings of Too Long in This Condition. Tulloch Ard, the Mackenzie's Gathering, a special tune to Queen's Own Highlanders such as my father. This setting that he plays is very interesting because it's the way that Pipe Major William Ross plays it. It's quite different in the middle and the second lines of all the tunes, and it's very, very nice indeed, worth taking up. The big tune, Craigellachie, the Grant's Gathering, Grain in Hides, Corn in Sacks, an interesting tune called Lament for the Reverend Dr. MacLeod, who was a figure in the middle 1800s in the Highlands who did tremendous things for the region in the Highlands at that time. And this tune comes from the William Ross collection, The Piper to the Queen, a very obscure tune, I suppose you could say. The MacKay's Banner, The Salute and the Birth of Rory MacLeod is a really interesting tune. My father won the Inverness Gold Clasp in 1963 with this tune. Very, very intricate tune, with very intricate fingering, but without torlua and crunlua. So known as a small tune, and one of the very best tunes in my opinion. To finish off with this group of 10, we've got Lament for the Viscount of Dundee, and I included this because I learned later on that, in fact, this was my father's favourite tune. I alluded in one of my introductions in an early part of the series to the fact that Ian Spears had done an interview with my father. And during the same interview, he asked my father what his favourite tune was and why. And he said it was Lament for the Viscount of Dundee because of the way it was structured, because of its musicality. And he thought it was the one tune in our repertoire that made the most of every single note and did not fall into any particular key. So that was a great favourite of his, in fact, a favourite. So the recording of it is from the same group in the early 1960s. I thought I'd include that as it was his favourite tune. So I hope you enjoy the tunes and get a lot out of them. There's quite a varied selection in there, and I'm sure they'll make for a few hours of good listening.